up, guys? This is Mateo's 2020 Politics here, and today I'm going to be discussing Michael Bloomberg and how he's doing in polling. So right now, I don't know if it's that other people are overestimating him or I'm underestimating him, but the general public seems to think that when Michael Bloomberg announces his run, he's going to take away like half of Joe Biden's votes and just, basically bring the progressives, whether it's Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders, straight to victory. And I don't think that, because with Michael Bloomberg, he's hard to describe, but I don't know how to describe it, but he's just like, sorry if I keep trying to adjust this damn thing. He is literally, there we go, he's literally just like Joe Biden, except, unlikable, because, they both have bad records, but with Joe Biden, it's more that his, policies are bad in his record, and then with, Michael Bloomberg, it's the same case, in addition with, him generally saying really misogynistic and, sexist things. So, as of now, he's polling at 3%, and he hasn't announced his run yet, and typically when somebody announces their run, their poll number is basically double, they really do double. So he might go up to 6%, maybe 10%. I don't know. I don't really see him passing Pete Buttigieg, but he just, he doesn't seem likable enough. And he does have high name recognition, but he just doesn't really seem likable enough to basically split a lot, take a lot of votes away from Joe Biden. Especially because Joe Biden has established himself. He's beloved by the elder population. He is the status quo, let's calm down, let's be more, let's be kind candidate. He has his support. He has his older generation support. With Michael Bloomberg, he's just, who is supporting him? He doesn't really have a specific base. He's just like Joe Biden, except less straight, a bit more all over the place. And Michael Bloomberg just comes a lot across as Joe Biden, except much more of an a-hole. And, usually, that wasn't even a curse, right? But even things like that, even like saying a-hole, you don't hear me say stuff like that on my channel. If I do say it, I must really mean it. So why am I saying this? Well, I'm about to show you some bad things that Michael Bloomberg has said. So, especially with misogynistic things. So, basically, one time, he was at a rally, and he was quoted to say, one of his staffers, about another woman on the street, he was quoted as saying, "Oh, look at the ass on her." It's a bit perverted to me, I get that really everybody says, "Oh, look at the whatever on her," and you can't really blame him because since he's a politician, it's gonna get all over the news. If somebody like me were to say that, nobody cares. But at the same time, we don't really hear many people saying that on the street. Another time, he worked at Bloomberg, right? Bloomberg News. He was there twice, and this woman got engaged. And then she said, "Look, I got engaged. Look at my ring." And he said, "Man, the guy who engaged you has to kill himself. How could he marry someone like you?" Oh, boy. And then she got pregnant, and he was like, "Kill it." Referring to the baby. Kill the baby. And then also, it goes on and on, It goes on and on. He really affected New York City in many negative ways, both with his personality and his policies, because probably the worst part of his record, which isn't actually something he said, but it's more a policy he proposed and it got passed in New York City, was stop and frisk. And, I didn't even know what that was until recently, until like a few days ago. But what it was that in my city of New York City, we're all proud New Yorkers, and in my city of New York City, stop and frisk was passed. And basically, what did that mean? It meant that cops could pull over random people on the street. Random people. I'm talking about random individuals. Random irrelevant individuals in the street. Under certain suspicions. Just grab them, temporarily restrain them, and search them for possible illegal objects. Now, what exactly do they mean by possible suspicion? I don't know, but there's definitely some racism involved. It just so happened to be that the overwhelming amount of people that were, pulled over due to stop and frisk, or rather restrained, were people of color. Latinos, black people, And, you know, they're cops. They're racist. There are lots of racist cops. So obviously with the, you know, policy like stop and frisk, that's just so stupid. And I don't understand how you could possibly support something like this. Is it with the policy like that where you could just, you know, grab people, temporarily restrain and search them for, you know, illegal objects on your on suspicion, you know, that's bound to make some cops feel like they have power. There's gonna be some abuse of power. There's bound to be some abuse of power involved in that type of law, because I don't know, it's just such a dumb law. How are you gonna support a law that allows cops to pull over random individuals on the street? I don't know. So you can see by this dude's record, by Michael Bloomberg's record, he's just kind of an a-hole. He just isn't really a good human being in society. So he's pulling the 3%. I don't really expect him to have this massive jump after he announces his run and just like soar up to 10% or something like that, or in the teens, and take away like half of Joe Biden's votes. I'm really sorry about this. I'm sorry if I keep irritating you guys by adjusting this. But anyway, you know, I don't see it happening. He's just like Joe Biden except unlikable. And, you know, I don't like, half cursing, as I like to say. I don't like half cursing on this channel, but, you know, if I say it, I mean it. It's for, you know, it's, in the context. It's in the moment of me speaking. It fits the context. So yeah, you know, conclusion of the video. Michael Bloomberg isn't going to have this massive surge and take away, like, half of Joe Biden's votes. He's going to stay down below, because it's just like Joe Biden, except just meaner, and has an even worse record than him, and doesn't have as much of a firm stance, meaning his feet aren't as firmly planted as Joe Biden. He's much more all over the place. Joe Biden is the status quo candidate. Michael Bloomberg is another random centrist who has a really bad record. So thank you for watching this video, guys. See you guys later, and bye.